Hey there, YouTubers, and happy Thanksgiving. Well, we've got a more extensive show than I thought today, but we get on, talk about Thanksgiving a little bit. We actually have some fairly serious stuff to talk about today, and so I hope you will watch because there's stuff we want to talk about today that goes beyond Packers, it goes beyond football, some pretty important life stuff that we hope you will involve yourself in because we are Packer Nation, we are a family. But we also talk about the big-time matchup, Vikings against the Detroit Lions today after you eat your Thanksgiving turkey, etc., 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 and have a lot of fun, some great comments, and some predictions about the game today. So we hope you'll watch. Good Packer Nation morning. Good Packer Nation Thanksgiving morning, everybody. I hope all of you are taking a day off. I know some of you probably aren't able to do that, but it's unfortunate because I think all of your bosses should just send you home. Family more important than money. I hope you're having a good time today. I talked to some people that are cooking up some ribs or turkeys or this or that or the other thing. But get on, let me know who you are, where you're coming at me from, and we will talk a little Packers on Thanksgiving morning, even though there's not a Packers game this Thanksgiving year. So, but there are 3 games still to talk about. So thank you, Jeff. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Smithy says, go Pack, go. Hector is here. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving to the Packer family. Adam says, happy Thanksgiving as well. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, buddy. From Daytona Beach is Lyle from Colorado. Visiting family in Nancy. All right. Man, it's rolling up fast. A lot of people out there. Anthony, David, Jeff, and Randy. Peter Vargas is here, says happy Thanksgiving to me, and I'm sure we reflect that all to you, so I will do that for him. Good to see you, Peter, buddy. Jennifer, Candy, and Sean are here as well. Thank you, Tim. Man, it's like a Thanksgiving Day parade right now. I feel like I should be on a float, like cruising past and waving or something like that. Hi there, Giselle, Oliver, good to see you. Lyle and Karen says happy Thanksgiving to you as well. So yeah, I mean, no Packer game today, but the beauty of it is I hope you have a day off. I hope you're gonna eat some good food. Roger's here from La Crosse. Felton Clark is back again. Hi, buddy. Yeah, Adam is asking a very good question, and I wanna jump on this one right away. What are my thoughts on Lacy and Shields not returning? The easy part of that is Shields not unexpected and no surprise at all. Lacy also was not a surprise to me. Now, if you remember a few weeks back, I can't talk, what is that? A few weeks back, I talked about how Mike McCarthy was asked the question, are you expecting long-term for Eddie Lacy to be able to get a chance to get back off the IR list? And I mentioned I was very concerned with the way that Mike McCarthy sort of danced around that question. Sean is here, I see. My feed isn't rolling now. There we go. Anthony. And Anthony says both are gone, and that's what I'm basically coming down to. You know, we have thought for a long time, Sam Shields, we didn't expect to come back off IR this year. And with the multiple concussions, would not be surprised if he's not a Packer again. And Aaron Rodgers talked about these two this week. And that would be a very sad thing, but it might very well be the right thing at this point. Both for Sam, that's the most important thing, is his health. And also for the Packers, because you don't want to have a player out on the field that could possibly be, concussed again. Now, on the Eddie Lacy side of it, I did not expect Mike McCarthy to bring him back just because of the way he dodged the questions. I knew something was up. However, I think this is a major problem but I agree that I think this is very possibly the end of, stop saying that. The end of Eddie Lacy's time in Green Bay, because remember, this is a contract year, and Eddie Lacy gets hurt. He did all the work to get better, and then he had to get hurt. It really makes me sad, but I think this may be the end of the Eddie Lacy era in Green Bay. Now, that said, we are hopeful on Monday to see Christian Daniel march out on the field and make a little bit of a difference. I don't think we're going to see him a huge amount, But if we see him enough to see that he could be a playmaker, then he has a chance to develop. He's got the rest of the year to maybe make something happen. And hopefully he can become. Now, and my son and I talked about this, how cool would it be if Eddie Lacy could stay in shape and get healthy, that we had Eddie Lacy and Christine Michael on this team? I mean, that is something to think about. But my answer to the question, I would be very surprised if either one of them is back as a Packer. Lacy less so. But yeah, it could be. And then Mikey's asking about Christine Michael, and I think he's going to do a good job. You know, Eddie Lacy drafted number 61. Christine Michael drafted number 62 by the Seahawks. I would love to see these guys back together again based on the way that Eddie Lacy played. I don't care what anybody says about where his weight was at or where it went to. He was the best offensive player we had when he left the field, period. Aaron Rodgers was not playing well. Nothing on our defense could take care of anything that the Cowboys handed out to us. Eddie Lacy was already hurt and went on IR, playing as good a game as any offensive player on the team at the time. So we will see, but I do think it's possible that Eddie Lacy won't be back with the team. All right, how about this? I want to get some emoji me the response right now, folks. On Thanksgiving Day, Aaron Rodgers got up today in front of the press and said that he thinks the Packers can run the table. What do you think about that? I would love to see, because I think the emoji set that you have in front of you will give you a very good chance to express your opinion on whether the Packers can run the table right now. And Thanksgiving Day, hey, it's a good time to go ahead and ask that question. I see a laugh or two, some hearts and thumbs up. I mean, yeah, you got to give a little, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Lindsay said, this is all so frustrating. I understand, Lindsay. It's really tough, isn't it? However, Rodgers says we can run the table. Wouldn't that make for a better half of the season? Ryan says, good gobble gobble all. They're going to go 9-7. I didn't see the name on that. Yeah, a lot of people shocked. A lot of people laughing at that comment. A lot of people thumbs up and heart that comment. Because, again, we've had a team that the offense has started to finally trend upwards. The problem is we can't get the offense and the defense to both have a good game together. And add to that the special teams. And, our defense, as the offense started to turn on, goes around and starts giving up 40 points a game. It's just ridiculous at this point. And Carlton, I think, was the name, said that the Giants have done it. And remember that Giants team, because I think that's the same Giants team that came out of the wild card, won the Super Bowl, and went through the Green Bay Packers in the meantime. So, Kyle's asking, how do you think Cook will be? Well, man, I tell you what, Kyle. I mean, look at what Cook did. I feel so much for Jared Cook. He puts the ball on the ground in the worst possible time. We were down by like 4 points. And I got it to some extent give credit to Josh Norman. That was a good punch out. I mean, it wasn't like Cook was hanging the ball out there like James Starks does. But he put the ball, but guys, he stepped on the field after being hurt and had like 6 catches for over 100 yards in that game. Playing against the Eagles, I think it's going to be a little bit of a different story, partly because I think the Eagles are now going to be prepared that, listen, Jared Cook is 100%. And I think maybe Washington did not take him quite as seriously as they needed to. Jason says Cook will be awesome, and Rodgers loves tight ends. And again, keep in mind, guys, like if this offense can continue, I remember that we stalled out for 3 drives at the beginning of that game. But if we can continue to get on stride and chew up clock, that's less time that our defense has to spend on the field and less time that the opposing offense has a chance to score. So if we can bring the defense, if they can just improve on some of these big plays a little bit and push that 40 burgers, gosh, it's just disgusting, down into that, upper 20 to mid 30 range, and our offense continues to improve, then yes, we can win some games out there, without a doubt. Billy says, love the pick. He'll be awesome. Yeah, and that's what we're seeing right now. It took him just a game or two to get on fire, too, to be honest. It was the injury that slowed him down. So I'm glad he's healthy. I think we're going to need him, and I think he may be very important, along with Michael coming back. Could be incredibly important down the road. Happy Thanksgiving, Sherry. if the Pack wins out, it's going to be a shootouts. Chad said, and that's exactly what I just described, right? Yeah, because I mean our defensive backfield can't stop anyone basically at this point. And part of the reason is we are utterly decimated. We don't even know who we're going to be able to rotate into what positions in the defensive backfield at this point. But on offense, we are starting to trend upwards. So yes, I agree. Billy's giving the updates on fantasy points for Cook from last week. However, there's a better way to play coming out. Remember, we've been talking about this new game. You're going to play live, play with the Packers. And I'm just going to mention right now, guys, everyone who has pre-registered, but pay it. Hold on for a second, because I've got news about that. All right, the game, to play for the Precious. FireFan is now available as of right now. It is available in Google Play and in the Apple Store. It is now available to download. But what I want to give a caveat, a really careful caveat on that. And Brian says, love the shirt. Thank you, man. It's what they call Heather Red. And they've got a whole series of these in like different weird colors, but they're really cool. And they got the Packer G and Green Bay on them, so no question who they're for. So thank you. Yeah, I got it at the Packer Pro Shop. I'm sure you could get it online. But here's the deal. The game is now in beta. They're still in beta. It is that new. It's just that new. So if you get on, you can download it, you can tool around, you can set up your profile. I will probably be even out there sharing it out and letting you know, inviting you to games. But I'm not setting up the league just yet because there's a few things we've seen. It's obviously being downloaded right now by so many people that the servers are having trouble. They're struggling already. So absolutely, if you want, it's called FireFan on Google Play. Download it. You can tool around. You can start a league if you want for your friends. But as far as our league, I may be holding off just a little bit, maybe till the Monday night game, to try to see how it works out and make sure that I've got the same exact thing for everybody. And another thing is the advertisements haven't come online yet, so I'm not absolutely certain you can play for free. And I know that there's supposed to be a way you can interact with ads and play for free. So there's a few things we're still working out, but it's going to be huge. And it's got so many cool features. So it's really fun. If you want to jump on, you can go ahead and download it now. But just keep in mind that you're going to see slowdowns. You're going to see some glitches. You're going to see some dead ends. It's just in beta phase. It's just like if you got Samsung multi-room like I had. And they said, hey, we're putting that out in beta, give it a try. So you're welcome to do it, and you will probably hear from me if I see you jump on. And I tell you, I already followed Jermichael Finley on the game because they're calling it the Facebook of sports right now, and it is. I think it really is. It's going to be really cool. All right. Elias says we need to get that squirrel to play cornerback because of his leaping a bit. He doesn't have the size. He doesn't have the prototypical size, right, Elias? Or Elias, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I may be saying that really bad. Just forgive me on that. He doesn't have prototypical cornerback size. But Sam Shields does not have prototypical cornerback size for the NFL either. And he made his nut in the NFL by being fast. And this squirrel can make his nut in the NFL as well, right? Happy Thanksgiving, Frank. Yeah, I mean, we need somebody. We need some kind of spark back there. And we'll talk more about this upcoming game against the Eagles. We're going to get more in depth about that. Today, I mostly just wanted to get on because yesterday I couldn't do the show. I woke up to no internet, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. And it just didn't work out. But I did want to get on today, and there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. One is the game. Yes, you can now download it on Google Play and on Apple Store, but it is in beta, so you are going to see some issues here and there. But we'll work through those. It's going to be worth it for sure. The other thing I want to talk about today, James says, Go Pack Go from out west in Montana. All right. We got a Go Pack Go from Kin from Dallas. And Roger's asking who I think is going to lose their job. Roger, I'm going to field that question in just a minute. But if you guys are still with me for a little bit, there's something I wanted to mention. The holidays, you gather around with friends and family. It can be a very high time for a lot of people. But also, if you have Bad experiences during the holiday season, it can hurt you for years and years to come. There's one I have to talk to you about right now, okay? And this is comes from sort of the Packers blogosphere. A young guy, 34 years old, named Adam Check, who you may have followed on Cheesehead TV. I didn't know Adam, but I know Al Bracco, and we've corresponded and interacted with those guys. We've done some projects together, et cetera, et cetera. Al emailed me this week and let me know that Adam Check had, after a long struggle, lost his battle with cancer this past week. So what we are doing, and what Cheesehead TV is doing, because he's one of their own, and they cared for him a great deal, and he did great work, is they're setting up a GoFundMe account. So if any of you, and I understand that these are tight times, I understand that especially with the holidays coming on, you got people you want to buy gifts for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But Adam Check has left behind, at 34 years old, a wife and 2 little babies. And it's just a very, very sad occurrence. And there's only one way that I know of right now to give our support to him and to let his family know that, even though whether we knew him or not, the Packers, Packer Nation is a family. And Adam Check went out there and did a lot of work to bring, good content and information about the Packers to a lot of people. And, okay, so that said, Cheesehead TV, I believe, and Al has set up a GoFundMe account, and I'm going to read off the name here. It is GoFundMe.com/AdamsPack. If you just remember Adams Pack, if you go to GoFundMe.com/AdamsPack, there's a GoFundMe account for, and here's what it's for, folks. Yes, it is very sad, Lindsay. 34 years old. I mean, I lost my best friend, I think was 34 years old when he died and left behind. And I was the one that had to tell the kids. And it's the kids that make it so hard. And the GoFundMe account that I mentioned, GoFundMe.com/AdamsPack. This is what the account is for. The only thing that Adam asked before he died was that maybe we all could get together and do something to help fund his children's education. That's all he asked. Okay, so if you do want to get on, it's GoFundMe.com/AdamsPack, P-A-C-K, like Packers. And it doesn't matter how much. They have a $40,000 goal, and they are already more than halfway because Packer Nation cares. And that is something to be proud about. But it's also something, if you didn't know about it yet as of this morning, I just wanted to present the opportunity, and I know you'll appreciate and not begrudge me the time I took to say, if you have the ability and you have the will to go to GoFundMe.com/AdamsPack, check it out. Or if you have any trouble finding it, you can go to Cheesehead TV or CheeseheadTV.com, and they've got, you just scroll down in the left column, I think it moved down to, you'll find it. And maybe just put in a couple bucks or whatever. And if maybe you have some money set aside that you really didn't need, just give. And I'm not going to shamefully ask it. I'm just going to ask you, if you can, go ahead and give. And I think Jacob is asking what you got in late. So I'm just going to review it real quick. Adam Check, one of the writers of the Packers blogosphere that's been doing it for a while. He's at Cheesehead TV. I didn't know him personally. But Al Bracco sent me the message and the memo, and Al and I, we've worked on a couple projects together, Green Bay Packer Nation and Cheesehead TV. We've worked together before. But he has just lost, I think this last week, his battle with cancer at 34 years old. Leaving behind a wife and 2 small children. So the only thing I'm asking, and again, we're not pushing, I'm just saying, if you have a few bucks that you can spare, to go to GoFundMe.com/AdamsPack. And if you have the means to go ahead and make a donation, and that donation, so that is going toward creating a fund for Adam's children, an education fund for Adam's children. So I know that there are a lot of people, and yes, Anthony is mentioning they've got almost 27,000. Their goal is 40,000. if everybody just got on and donated a little bit, we could hit that thing right now, today on Thanksgiving. Oliver is asking, can I donate from Germany? And I don't absolutely know the answer, but if you jump on GoFundMe.com /AdamsPack and go ahead and start through the process, and if you have any problems, maybe we could work something out where we could fund for you. So let me know, Oliver, through a personal email, a message on the Facebook. If you can't get through, if it doesn't work, I tell you what, buddy, just say, listen, I wanted to put in $20 or whatever, and I couldn't do it because I'm in Germany. If that's the case, let me know, and I will see if we can't personally, through GPN, just in your name, do that for you, okay? And John is saying, you know, after that, you know, we have to be grateful for what we have. And that sums it up, you know. So, and Frank's saying, I'll do that for them. Thank you so much. And I know that Al Bracco and Adam's wife and down the road his children are going to be thanking Packer Nation for gathering around them at this hard time, especially before the holidays. And you know, some of you out there, the holidays are either great or awful for most people. If something like this happens, it affects your entire holiday season for the rest of your life. And this is one thing we can do to make a difference and to do something good and make it a little bit better. So I hope you will. And Oliver, yes, thank you for asking. And I hope it works out for you. If not, yes, just sort of chat with me over Facebook, either today, maybe tomorrow. And we'll see if we can't work something out for that. And hopefully they'll hit his goal. Hopefully they exceed it. So, all right. Well, with that aside, you know, we are Packer Nation. We soldier on, but we support one another. That's what we do. And I know, and I will say this for Al Bracco and all the folks at Cheesehead TV, Brian Carriveau, over there, I know that they will say thank you so much, Packer Nation, for rallying around this. GoFundMe.com/AdamsPack. And I'll go ahead and put in the comments, I'll put that link as well, so that hopefully it'll be easier for you to go to and donate. So, and I personally appreciate you all being willing to listen to the story of someone, you know, who, you know, just went out and for very little or no money, just went out and wanted to talk about the Packers and share it with a bunch of people. And all of these folks, we have sort of a little bit of a close-knit community as Packer blogosphere people. We chat back and forth, you know, we argue from time to time, but when things like this happen, we gather around because Packer Nation is a family. All right, well, I hope that you are all with your family right now. I hope that you're getting ready to enjoy some Thanksgiving dinner, whatever it is. I hope you're getting ready to enjoy some football. You know, starting off, we got the, guess what, you know, it kicks off with Minnesota, Detroit, you know, so a big one. Then I think Washington, Dallas, and also Pittsburgh, Indiana. What a great slate of games. And yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, anybody, who's got a pick for the first game tonight, Lions or the Minnesota Vikings? I think Adam is mentioning Lions, and maybe that's because he thinks that the Lions are going to win. Lindsay says, I get to work today. Oh, Lindsay, they should just give you your check and send you home. That's the way it's supposed to work on Thanksgiving. I know what it's like. I used to work in food service as a restaurant manager, and of course, you know, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, you might get Thanksgiving off, but Black Friday, you went in at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. We've got some Vikings, Lions. Rick says Lions by 10. Cody says Vikings a little bit even right now as to who's going to win this opener of Thanksgiving Day. John's giving you some support there, Lindsay. Nurses never rest. And I will say this, and again, and partly it is on topic because we just talked about this with the cancer. My best friend, you know, like I've mentioned before, he died of cancer, and the nurses, you know, you find out when you spend a lot of time, and my career profession included spending a lot of time with folks in the hospital in this situation, and you find out how much work the nurses do and how little credit they get. So, Lindsay, we appreciate you, And we hope that you have a good day. Sometimes these holidays are the worst for accidents and stuff too. So you may be more busy than you hope to be today as well. So, all right, David's got the Lions. Jeff's got the Lions. John's got the Vikings in a blowout. Gary says nurses are the best, and it's so true. You know, if you spent any time around hospitals, you know, and there are some absolutely fantastic doctors out there. To me, though, it's just the nurses are the feet on the ground. They're the ones doing so much dirty work and there's so much more than just diagnostics to medicine. And to me, it's the nurses that apply what we called in my profession therapeuein. They bring the true therapy to people to help them back to health in some ways that others can't. So we do appreciate it. All right, well, I am going to let you guys go. DM Kreutzer says it's going to be a tie. Oh, that would be so awesome and helpful. Thank you, DM, for even bringing up that possibility. And it's not out of reach because we've already seen 2 ties in the NFL this year. What a great point. Let's all root for a tie. And then if the Packers run the table, heck, we're in like Flynn at that point. All right. Joyce says, Lions 28, Vikings 18. All right. Guys, I didn't want to get on here for too long. I just wanted to let you know about Adam Check at the GoFundMe /Adams Pack. And I also wanted to talk about the big Thanksgiving matchup, especially between the Vikings and the Lions that we'll all be watching very closely. And just wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Those of you that are out in the fields looking to harvest those deer, please be careful. And those of you that are traveling to see family and friends, we wish you safety from Green Bay Packer Nation to you. If you do want to get on, today's the day. You actually can now download the game and give it a try. I will be getting on and trying to invite all of you. I don't, in a few days, I'm not even going to have to worry about that. But if I can do that personally, I'm going to do it anyway, just because it's going to be so much fun. I'll tell you this, guys. I can already see how popular the game is because of some of the problems they're having. I mean, it's just, the system is getting overloaded already. But I can already see this game is way more full-fledged, like a social media outlet with a game on it, than I even expected. So it's going to be really cool. All right. Well, from all of us at Green Bay Packer Nation to all of you out there in Green Bay Packer Nation, we want to wish you happy Thanksgiving today. I'm going to sign off for now. Remember to get the ring. It's Fire Fan at the Play Store or the Apple Store. And I will be back probably Monday, I guess. Maybe Sunday or Monday. And we'll talk and I will hopefully get back. You know the holidays. It throws off everybody's schedule. But I'm going to get back to the same pack time, same pack place, Monday morning at the latest. So you guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.